Good morning. Happy Indigenous Peoples Celebration Day. I just want to say a few words about the music that I'm playing today. This is a traditional indigenous Filipino folk song called Paru-Parong Bukid. Paru-Parong means butterfly and Bukid means field, so butterfly in the field. I used to sing this when I was in the grade school. It's just a story about a butterfly flying in the field, and they are describing it. I'm going to be accompanied by a rondalia. A rondalia is a band of string instruments, guitar, banjo, different kinds of string instruments that are put together. And in the Philippines, this usually are the type of accompaniment for Filipino music, although regular bands also do this. So, and I'm playing the clarinet, which is not an indigenous instrument in the Philippines, but that's all I have. That's all I know how to play.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to CSL Tacoma. Let's see. So our prelude was Paru-Parong. How do you pronounce the name? Patuk? A Butterfly from the Field by a Filipino folk song. So I am Alisabeth Nash, and I'm here to welcome you to the Center for Spiritual Living Tacoma, those in person and those online. We are so glad you are with us today. Our audiovisual team is Erik, Ronald Edens, and India Grace. Our practitioners today are Angelina O'Connor on platform, Mona Williams holding high watch either in the back or online. And thank you to our greeters, Franklin Gillard and Ty Mickler, who met you with a smile as you came in the door, and to Kaylin Hamilton and her helper who are teaching and caring for our children downstairs. We also thank you to Kathy Jarlove for coordinating our coffee service. Our speaker and musician today is Chiyokten, and I'm really looking forward to that. Please see your program announcements for important information about the fantastic things happening at CSL Tacoma. And for folks joining us online, please visit our website, csltacoma.org, and explore the heading, What We're Up To. The practitioners will be in the room in the back after service holding a prayer circle, so please join them if you have a need for prayer, a request, anything you like. If you're new today and are comfortable raising your hand, anybody, please do so that we can say hello and give you a welcome packet. We also invite you to join us after service for refreshments and authentic connections. The Center for Spiritual Living Tacoma is a peaceful, loving, and joyful spiritual community connected through a shared set of values, principles, and practices. We awaken and embody an understanding of our oneness with Source and all of life. We are committed to individual transformation, healthy relationships, and being a beneficial presence in our community and the planet. Our vision is to create a world that is thriving in harmony. Your presence makes a positive difference, and you are most welcome here. And now it's time for a minister's moment, Reverend Drew Ebersole.
That's harder than it looks. So well done, Alisabeth. Thank you very much. And everyone is welcome to do that welcoming message because we want to share it with everyone. So if you're interested, come see me, come see us, come talk to us about it. We'd love to get as many faces up here as possible so we get to know you a little bit. That's the privilege and the pleasure of doing that. All right, everybody take a deep breath in. Let it out. We're arriving today at a very important juncture in our world and a message today that's very important to hear. So we'll be talking more about that as we come to it. But first, we have a couple of really quick, cool things happening, and I would like to invite Taylor Webb to the stage. He's one of our illustrious musicians and leaders of our Next Generation movement, and he's got an announcement about next Saturday. Taylor, come on up.
What's up, guys? Good morning. So, Next Gen is putting on a meditative walk next week on Saturday at the Nisqually Bird Estuary. It's $3 a car, and it's happening at 11 a.m. And so everybody's welcome. Yeah, and so the goal is to connect with nature. Next Gen is going to be putting on monthly events called Next Gen Connect, and we'll just have a different theme every time. So today or next week is Connect with Nature. And so the goal is to just leave the world behind, be in the moment, and just witness the beautiful environment that is the tide flats out there and all the wildlife and the amazing boardwalk. So we're going to be bringing coffee and snacks, having a little break in between. So hope you guys can make it.
Right on. What time is it, Taylor? What time is it? 11. It's 11 a.m. And we have sign-up sheets to get yourself on board. Oh, wait, you go that way. Pete's got one for that side. So we got 2 coming back. So sign up for it and join. It's a great way to connect with our younger folks and find out what's important to them, what we're all hearing, how we're moving forward in this. And it's going to converge with a marketing meeting for us all with Next Gen Idea Team, which is on October 25th. October 25th here at the center at 10 a.m. So don't miss that. That's an important thing for us to how to spread the word, spread the news that we're here and we're live and vibrant. We're an answer. We're an antidote to loneliness and division. In fact, take a second right now and high five, hug your neighbor, tell them you love them, and we're in it together forever. All right. That's right. Come on back. Come on back. Come on back. All right. Everybody take a deep breath in. Let it out. And as we always say, notice how you feel right now. That energy is real. That energy is you. That energy is the whole world and the planet. We are not going to release that energy because we are that energy. All we can do is hold that all the time and create healing for all of us. That's our superpower. No matter what is going on, no matter what's happening, we have that in strength together. So bravo. Well done. All right. Change is happening. Fall is happening. Things are evolving, and we have another little change to announce. It's wonderful and sad at the same time, but also hopeful and joyful, kind of like everything is. And so I want to invite to the stage, Caitlin Hamilton is our current youth teacher, and Sherry Gilliard for reasons that they'll explain in just a moment. So why don't you two come on up?
Good morning. This is my last time I'm going to be doing this announcement, so I'm getting a little tingly in the eyes. I love you guys so much. I'm on a new adventure, as you likely know. I've just started nursing school, and that's all the way in Seattle. Yeah. It's really fun. I get to take the ferry every day. And I work across the street at St. Joe's, and that's really fun. I get to work with women giving birth. And it's been a really fun new adventure for me. But I kind of am at capacity with those things. And so it was bittersweet to come to the realization that I needed to pass the program off to somebody. And I had no idea who it was going to be, and so there was a trust thing, because I really thought that when I did pass the program off, I was going to know who it was, and I was going to do it like kind of already planned out. But I didn't know, but I did know that I had to, it was the moment I had to say it. So I did, and just about 20 minutes later, they had the most perfect person to take this program. So the children's program is going to enter a new chapter, a new adventure itself, because there really is not a better person on this planet to be taking over this program and to be bringing it into its new adventure with a new energy and new vibrancy and just, yeah, no, I mean, the second they said Sherry, I was like, yeah. How lucky. So this is Sherry, if you don't already know her, but she's been around and she's the best.
Good morning. Oh, God. Words mean a lot. And when I saw Drew's name pop up on my phone, I was like, oh, okay, what's this phone call going to be about? Because we just have been doing so much together. And then when he brought it up to me, I honestly was not expecting it. I come from, in my family, my mother put her name in the universe, Mary Fortune. She was a Sunday school teacher. And, of course, being her daughter, it just seemed fit that I would be in her class when I was a little girl, but I was never allowed to be in her class. And so I used to feel jealous of the kids that got to be in my mom's class because I knew my mom was so cool. And so if everybody who knows me knows that I teach in a school district. And so at first I was like, well, maybe I want a little break from kids during the weekend, But then to know that I have a part in their little lives. Maybe about a year ago, I saw a video, if anyone knows the actor Denzel Washington, and they showed a video of him in church, and he was deciding to go ahead and take on being a minister. And while he was speaking, he caught an eye of someone in the audience seated, and it was his Sunday school teacher. And this man really broke down in tears because she left such an impact on him. And so my goal is, with Caitlin kindly passing on the torch to me, is to be a positive impact on the little lives, to make sure that little light still burns bright, and know that they are a voice in this world and they deserve to be heard. I'm your hippie teacher, so. So don't be shocked if you hear a ukulele or some music coming from downstairs, but I take complete responsibility for their little minds and their little hearts, and to let them know that, they can take something with them in their little pockets to get them through the week. And so I greatly appreciate y'all so much. I love this environment. I love your smiles. And as I always say, I told Drew earlier this week, one thing about CSL that I love is that the smiles are bigger and the hugs are longer. And I love that. Yes, I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Hey, wait. These are two incredibly committed people to our next generation, even younger than, and moving forward. So let's hear it for Kaylin and for Sherry. Absolutely. Look at what you're getting. Wow. It's a great service already. Shoot. One of the benefits of having half paralyzed faces, I can only cry out of one eye, which just makes it a little easier to wipe away the tears. So I'm grateful for that, for sure. Because I'm wiping them away, for sure, no doubt. Okay, that feels so good. And the reason that feels so good is because it's so real. It's so authentic. It's so connected. And that's what we're going to be talking about with Chiyokten today. I'll introduce him after we hear our prayer to open. But we are about getting real. And getting real means getting love and getting connected and getting fiercely together in our work to change the world, to make it manifest what we want to see. That's what we do. So if anyone tells you that it's just light and fluffy and rainbows and unicorns, they're full of baloney. It's not. It's real. What you're seeing here, what you're feeling here is real. Lay into it, believe it, bank on it. Take it all the way through this life, because that is what we need most in our world today. And you're doing it. So bravo. In the vein of that, we have gratitudes. They're in the back of your seats. Fill them out. I read them every week. Take a deep breath and soak in the gratitude. Ready? These are yours as well as the person that wrote them. They're all of ours together. Here we go. I got a full-time job with good pay doing something I love. Bravo. Fall colors and sunshine. My new meditation app and friendly neighbors and their pets. The opportunity to be a beneficial presence on our planet, knowing that all is unfolding perfectly, and fig trees. The Advanced Consciousness class with Linda Rapon teaching Way to go. Everybody's part of that. Beautiful. The experience of the fall season, sweaters, soup, crunchy leaves underfoot. Healthy with gratitude. Breathe that in for a second. Healthy with gratitude. Let it out. New beginnings and glowing up. Being a pile of stardust that got to sit up and take a long look around. Amen. So now we'll do our opening prayer. Angelina is going to join us on stage. She's a wonderful practitioner. Make sure you see practitioners to pray for what you need, and she is one of them beautifully. Absolutely.
Let's take a breath together. Breathe right down to your toes. Feel the tingling in your toes and let that tingling rise up through you. That's God inside you. And for today, we're going to do a meditation, and then I'll go right into prayer. So in your mind's eye, imagine a deciduous tree with deep roots hugging the earth. The trunk is thick and strong, and the branches reach up for the sun or the clouds. In early spring, the leaf buds cover the branches and they swell, waiting for the perfect light and warmth so they can unfurl as tender new leaves. As the leaves stretch into their full size, they begin their alchemy, their photosynthesis, transforming sunlight into sugar to feed and support the tree. In the breeze, the leaves flutter, dancing. And when the wind blows harder, the leaves rustle. They move all together, creating a song of life. When the fall arrives, the leaves may become dry and brittle, yet they tenaciously hold on until they eventually let go of the grip and fly through the air to rest on the earth. But their job is not complete until they become compost, which is the soil that feeds the tree yet again in this endless cycle of life. So how might that tree represent your life? Deep roots, strong trunk, branches expanding, tender leaves opening into fullness, transformation of photosynthesis, dancing leaves and singing, letting go and flying, completion of a cycle. Just take a moment, whatever comes to your mind, whatever words fill you, just take a moment and be with that. And from this place, I feel that earth beneath my feet, its solid nature, giving me full support. And my spine rises up toward that sun, toward those clouds, allowing the rain to wash me clean. And from this place, washed clean, I know that there is only one source of everything, one source of love, one source of power, that power to create, that power to make things happen, and that love that fills the whole universe, that is in everything and in nothing, in the space that is between. It's all filled with love. And because I know this about myself, I also know this about all that hear my voice. All of us are that love in every cell of the body and all the tiny spaces in between. Because there is nothing that is outside this love. All those spaces are filled, all those places are strong from that one source that is the creator of all. And I take that in. I invite you to do the same because it is you. I speak of you. I speak of all of us. With that love, with that power, with the wisdom to know what to do next, to where to be, what to say, and to stand in that power, to stand in that love, to represent that into the world. And I speak my word that during this service, that all of us hear that love, that power, that wisdom that comes shining through, no matter who is doing the speaking, particularly our speaker today, so that we get that message straight to the heart. And I am very grateful to feel this within myself, to know that each one, is that source, has that power, knows that life within, all connected. And I release that because I know that to be true, and Spirit says yes. And with that I say, and so it is.
So we have the gift of Chiyokten this morning. And the reason this is so important, before it comes up, is because if ever there were a time to remember and reconnect with the indigenous, brilliant, beautiful, perfect wisdom from whence we came, because we are all indigenous in some way, unless we ever forget that. And we have Chiyokten this morning is a gifted, wonderful, passionate, amazing musician, storyteller. And he's going to help us remember why, of all days, this day helps us reconnect with who we are and why we are here on the gift of this planet together. I remember sitting outside Bear's Lodge, which, of course, was renamed Devil's Tower. Do the math right there, you know. It's Bear's Lodge. And I heard native flute that day. I was sitting there with my father, and I felt the absolute, complete inundation of spirit in every fiber of my being. So open your mind and open your heart to the gift that is the wisdom of Chiyokten as he lays forward for us the thousands of years that wisdom has provided to make sure that we know we are inextricably one with our planet, straight from the native peoples of our world today, on which we're standing on the land of. This is a holy moment for us. So Chiyokten, thank you very much. Please take the stage.
All right, how's everyone doing? Squachil, good morning. I will introduce myself in our language so you can hear a little bit of our language. OCM, Nasjelacha, CM. Janu ait quanchquella quantsatia squachil, CM, Nasjelacha, Chiyokten, Sana Snatchalea, San At Hussein Ichlea Tula, what they call Vancouver Island, what they call Canada, what they call British Columbia. Iasan Tachel Swahela, Siam Nashchilacha, Quam Nasjei, Asiam Atias Quachel, Haiska, Masi. Just saying hello and and just letting you know who I am. I am from Hushotlup in West Saanich. My mom was born in the Longhouse there. And Tom family, from the Tom family of West Saanich, and so-called Vancouver Island, the southern tip, and shared islands of the San Juans, shared islands of the Gulf Islands as well, what they call the Gulf Islands, what they call the San Juan Islands. And it's good to see each and all. I have good feelings in my heart on this morning. And I ask the Creator for strength for the work that we're doing here. I want to raise my hands in gratitude. This is our sign language, ancient sign language of gratitude. And I want to raise my hands. Daha dupshchuch, atsil talbuch, spualapabj, asiab, 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 asiab. And if we could keep our hands raised for a little bit. This is something that we learned from the Hape East. Could you say that? Hape? It's coarse breath. And open mouth. Pay. That's the cedar tree in East. That's hard. Non-English sounds, several of them. But it means the cedar tree. It's the tree of life to our people. And we learned how to be in prayer from these ancient ancestors that once lived all across our lands. They were everywhere except for the meadows. There were a lot of meadows on the west side too. A lot of camas and things of that nature, but those places are no longer. The ancient cedars are virtually, you got to drive for 4 hours to go find them. But if you can keep your arms up, those that can, that'd be great. And so that ancient cedar tree that was all around us, everywhere, we witnessed them being in prayer. We witnessed them holding their hands up and lifting up. It's an upward lifting motion, this gratitude symbol and sign language. And the boughs of a cedar tree, when the spuelo, the wind, will blow through their boughs, their salis, their hands, we could see that they're lifting everything up around them because they're in prayer like that. And so our, in Asia, Indian, they have I think they have a goddess that has many hands. Is that right? Kali? Is that Kali? Well, our goddess has, our goddess and, well, it's male, female, because the cedar tree is male and female both, if you didn't know that. Ours has even more hands. So many. And they're always in prayer like that. So, and this means welcome. If somebody were to come in the door, we'd be so thankful to see him. We'd be, hey, we're so happy to see you. Welcome, welcome. Oh, we're thankful that you're here like that. But it also means that I share my heart with you. So right here in the middle, if our arms are open, we're not closing ourselves off to anybody. We're opening our heart to every body and every being. And that's a way of life, to be open-hearted to all beings, all life, all things. Everything keeps us alive in this world. Every single thing that we would see around us keeps us alive. And we need to learn how to love. We need to learn how to love as human beings, because our people figured it out. We figured it out because the elders raised us, because the matriarchs raised us. So you notice your arms are getting heavy like that? Those are maybe your ancestral muscles that some of us haven't practiced or used for a while. And so now we get a chance to exercise our indigenous ancestor muscles. And I like to say we're all indigenous to Mother Earth from somewhere and some point in time, and it's our job to get home to indigeneity, holistic wellness here, holistic wellness in our entire being, emotional, spiritual, physical, and mental, and then take that out into the world and create a holistically well world, because that's what we did. We did that. Every child here would know their place amongst all other beings because they were raised by elders, not parents. Most people don't know the first thing about our education or our governance. But matriarchs and elders are our education system. Matriarchs and elders are our governance. We never had Umanug chiefs that ran, and we never had hierarchy. Never. And so Walt Disney lied to us. When you see that Umanug chief pointing his finger and people jumping, that's a lie. And most of our village leaders, the people who head person of a village, was a female anyway, was a woman. So the government would only speak to men. Thank you for exercising those muscles. Haiska, thank you. I raise my hands to you. Haiska, Haiska. That's how we say thank you in our language. It says, I'm speaking to you directly. S, breath. And it says, it means you. But our elders said, I'm speaking to you directly is what it says. And there's nothing between us. In other words, we're sharing spirit. We're in an unseparated state. The illusion of separation is always there. But we could see beyond it and know that we've lived unseparated with all beings. Since the beginning of time here, we've lived unseparated with the water and with the air that we breathe, and every sacred being that represents the Creator. These are representations of the divine, and we need to learn how to love them. I know that's true. My heart tells me that's true, and our elders and ancestors spoke of that. So, Haiska, thank you for learning a little bit of some sounds from our language and some sign language. If you can't speak a word or remember a word from our language, just raise your hands before you take anything. Before you take anything, just raise your hands. Because whatever you take and work with, it'll know what you're saying. It knows what you're saying with that ancient sign language. Haiska, thank you. So I want to play this flute song for you. We are people of the Chiyokten, of the long house. My mom was born there with the open fires, earth floors, cedar plank walls, surrounded by elders at the time, where she was surrounded by wisdom keepers who would stand up and share the most beautiful verse all the time. And my grandmother was one of those wisdom keepers. She was a storyteller and a midwife and an herbalist. And my mom remembers her telling stories. And she said the children would be sitting around her, and she'd talk so quietly. I went to visit my auntie, who reminded me of my grandmother, and Auntie B. Elliott, late B. Elliott. And we knocked and knocked, and finally we just opened the door, and she was sitting in front of a TV, but the TV was so quiet, I couldn't even tell it was. I had to get up and listen. I was like, huh? Is it even making sound? And then we chatted with her, and she talked just super gently, so quiet. And then I said, Auntie, can you hear the TV? She's like, I can hear it. I was like, wow. And she only lived a few more years after that, And she was probably like getting near 90 then. And so my grandmother would bring the kids in, and they'd sit, and she would start telling a story, but my mom says she would get the kids involved with the story, but she'd lower her voice until the children scooted in, and they'd be right up against her listening to the story. So it'd draw them right into the story like that. But so we are cedar tree people, as we explained just now. We're potlatching people. So the potlatch is to give, to share. It's our economic system. We would gather things, and we would breathe a spirit into them, and we'd put a face on them. We say that, when we paint something or we carve something, they say it's not just to put art on it. It's not just, I'm going to make some art. No, it's a way of life, and you create living beings. Everything we create is a living being, because we're people of intention. The Creator created all things with the Spirit. All things with the Spirit. Nothing is inanimate to us. Everything's people. This house here, we'll sing a song for it. I'll play this song for this house to warm it up. We'll do that. And so breathing a spirit into it. Now it's a people. And so we do that for 2 years, sometimes 4 years, the whole family, creating these beautiful handmade things, breathing a spirit, and then they would give it all away. Except for a couple ceremonial items, like maybe dentalium, things like this, or maybe abalone, things that were very ceremonious. And so that's our way. And now we have a different way. The way is almost the opposite, and it's something to feel into and to really meditate on. So if we're to meditate on anything, I would ask you to meditate on those two worlds. Just the aspect of those two worlds that were back to back, less than a lifetime of two human beings ago. Our economic system was to give until you had nothing left to give. And when everyone does that, you're lifting everybody up, and nobody's without like that. And so, yeah, we're canoe people too. We're building a canoe, by the way, if you want to help out and get a hold of me. We just did a prayer walk out on our Stalquist in what they call so-called San Juan Island. It was really beautiful. We're still raising funds for it. And if you want to contribute, there's a QR code here to the event, and you can just take a picture of it and help us out if you feel called to do so. It was really beautiful. We had elders coming from all over California and different places, and our elders from Lemmy came, and a wisdom keeper, land back matriarchal relative, Tiffany Joseph, made it from our Husanich, and it was amazingly magical and beautiful times. So these prayer walks are something that we've done since the beginning of time. I'm thinking of our name of it. I'll think of it later. I just learned it a little bit ago. And so I'll play for you this song here about the water and us being in that canoe and us traveling along the shorelines and listening to the sounds of the eagle singing and the squatta, the raven, and Quanis, the whale, breaching, jumping, and singing. And when we do a spirit bath and go under the water, we would hear them singing. We'd hear their songs of the humpback whales, because there were so many of them in that time before contact, so many. And also Kothlalamich and the killer whales and the Shchenach, the salmon, jumping in the water, and all of these beings making their sounds, the Stakayu, the wolf singing off in the distance. We'd hear all of this as we paddled gently across the water along the shore. So I'll play the song for you. Thank you for joining me on that little east, when we grab our paddle and we put it in the water. If you ever get in a canoe and you pull hard and you make that whirlpool, you can hear that sound. Yeast, yeast. When you pull, that's the sound. All the beings out there, they tell us their name. Like Squatta, he's like, Squatta! And Snakwa, he's like, Snakwa! Like that, that's the blue heron. So they all say their own name like that. It's really fun. But, and Wukas, the frog, he says, Wukas, 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 like that. And it's really fun how all these beings say their names. So, yeah, we've got a lot of beautiful stories of our lands and waters and all the magic beings that once lived here and the beings that swam in the water. And we've got mermaid stories and mermaid songs. The name of our canoe and East Saanich and Seout, ends in breath, Seout, is the skitu of the mermaid. That's the good mermaid, though. We have bad mermaids, too, so we won't sing those songs. But I wanted to share a nice story about the whale, and this is about Quanus. And if you're listening to this story, you could say habu. Could you say habu? It means you're awake and you're alert, and it tells me, keep going, tell the story. And in Lushootseed, they say habu. We would say Ines, but since we're here in Lushootseed, we'll use that word. And yes, whenever there's an intentional pause, make sure you say habu. All tooty too hawk, lay tula way, way, way over there a long, long, long time ago. A long time ago, there Quanus, gray whale, found himself high up on the beach. It was a hot summer day. Oh, the sun was so hot. It was shining down. And gray whale, he knew he couldn't live long away from the shkwana, the salt water. So there, gray whale, he called out to his relatives, to the sea, for help. And this is kind of what gray whale sounded like as he called for help. I thought I'd put you in a trance for a second there. And make sure you say habu. And there, good thing one of his relatives heard. It was cousin Bowie. Bowie was only about this big. Can you say Bowie's name? Bowie. Yeah, as Bowie, he is just a little flounder. And the only one who heard, so he looked around. Wait, nobody else heard. He came up and he got underneath Quanus, gray whale. Oh, he stretched his back a little bit. He lifted up his fins. And there he positioned his tail the best he could. He got underneath and he pushed as hard as he could. And the whale's blubber just jiggled. It wasn't good enough. Habu. And so there they both cried out to the shkwana, to the salt water, to their relatives for help. Hey, wait a minute. You guys aren't going to let Bowie and Quanus call for help by themselves, are you? Yeah. Okay, you're good people. I know good people when I see them. Okay, now you get to be bilingual. You get to call out to the water in whale language. Let me hear you call for help in whale. Here we go. That was pretty good. I could understand a few of you. Will get better as we go. And there, good thing, the next one heard. It was cousin Thlamakwa. Can you say Thlamakwa? Cousin Thlamakwa was the soulfish, and Soul was just a little bit bigger than Bowie. But the only other one who heard, he looked around too, and no one heard. So there Thlamakwa came up and got right next to Bowie, and they both put their fins up and Hey, wait a minute. You guys aren't going to let Bowie and Tlamakwa lift up Quannas by themselves, are you? No, okay, you're good people. These are your fins. Fins up, everybody. Don't be shy. Come on, we got to learn how to work together. That's what the old people told us. Learn how to work together. Okay, stretch your Tlamakwa back. Yeah, you don't want to hurt your, do some soul stretching. That's right. Feels good. Now bend down. Get your tail fin down there the best you can. Okay, bend down. Let me hear you push under Quannas. Gray whale. And whale went up 1 inch only. Maybe some people in the back weren't really pushing as hard as they could have. Habu. And there, so they all three cried out to the Shkwana, the salt water, to their Sholakwa, their relatives, for help. Let me hear you call for help and wail. That was great. I could understand all of you this time. Oh, and good thing the next one heard it was Cousin Thought. It's coarse breath at the end. Thought. Cousin Thought was really, really big. He was huge. He was almost as big as a slelacum. Anyone know what a slelacum is? It's a generic word for all sea monsters. Because we all have so many forms of supernatural beings here. We had Slelacum, the sea monster, Skitu, the mer people lived in. Because we're much like the Isles. If you notice, we have lots of islands. Any people from the Isles here originally? Ancestries from Ireland and Scotland? Yeah, okay. And so it's a very close culture. We even have the little people of the forest. And the same rule, you don't utter their name, their true name, or you call them to you, and the tricks they do are not so nice sometimes. And so we have the great, big, huge Zinqua, the thunderbird, and when he takes flight, thunder and lightning comes out his eyes. The lightning will come out, and then it'll make thunder when his wings flap. He's so huge, so giant. And then we have the king of hide and seek, and really smelly, never showers, and nobody's ever gotten a photo of him. Sasquatch, that's right. And so we have lots of supernatural beings here. But he Thought was not a sea monster. He was just a big fish because everything was really big a long time ago. And there, so Thought came up and got next to Bowie and Tlamakwa, and they all three put their fins up. You got your fins? Here we go. All right. Stretch your Thought back. Stretch your halibut back. That's right. Oh, it feels good. Get your tail fin down there. The best. Okay, now let me hear you push underneath Quannas. And Will went up. Woohoo! They couldn't even believe it. But all of a sudden, whale came down and landed on all three of them. Well, it turns out the seaweed, the algae and the mud, everything was really slippery, and there, their tail fins slipped out, and whale landed on flounder, sole, and halibut. And that's why even today, if you look at flounder, sole, and halibut, well, they're all flat. Yeah. They got flattened out like that. And their eyeballs aren't here on the front of their faces anymore. Their eyeballs got mushed off to the sides of their faces from the day they lifted up whale, and maybe they could have been a little bit more careful, and that is all. All right, good job, you guys. You guys are good storytellers and good language speakers. That's great. Good job. And so these stories are our teachings, and they allow us to understand this world a little bit more. Besides those elders raising children, a line unbroken of wisdom, the deepest wisdom of Mother Earth, the Creator, and the circle of life given to the child from their first breath, not the parents. Parents are young. They're like kids. Why would you give the job to them? So you give the job to the ones with all the patience and all the time and all the wisdom, and then they raise the children. So when we get back to that, we will become Elder Society people once again. We have been Elder Society people for tens of thousands of years. Adolescent society landed on us because they lost their elders back there from all the warring and dominance and control. And the burning of matriarchs, all of that, destroying that system. And now we need to return to eldership, right? Return to matriarchal eldership and eldership, right? Yes, that's what we need. So, yeah, I will share one more flute song for you. And I was thinking about the cedar tree as well. And I really love our grandmother's cedar tree story. And I'll share that maybe next time that we get to see each other. But for today, I'll leave you with just a couple thoughts about the things that our old people said. And, you know, my mom, late mom now, we have, she's got a granddaughter over there, and it's over near Kalit Bay off there. If you get across our Wasanich Bay and you get out to the island of Malahat, you get out to the mountain there, and you get over there a little bit along Up Island, Atini there. Yeah, she got a granddaughter there, and she's got all of the colors. She goes, she's got all the favorite colors of the Creator, red, black, yellow, and white. All the favorite colors of the Creator, and she would call her rainbow child. And so my cousin wants to name her with the name that my mom has, Sasayata. And she asked me, oh, would it be okay that she receives that traditional name? I said, well, yeah, of course. My mom loved her so much, would call her our rainbow child, like that. So all the colors of the Creator, it's favorites, you know, and we need to know that we want people to see the color on our skin because we died for it. But in the culture that I am holding on to, restoring within myself, I want you to see that too. And we should see the color on everyone's skin. I don't want to be colorblind. I don't want to be melted into a pot. That they say, oh, it's a melting pot. Well, nobody's going to melt me down. I'll tell you that. We fought to breathe. We fought to breathe here. And we're still fighting to breathe here. We're still number one demographic of what, name one thing that kills you in this world. The police, you name it. We die number one. Diabetes, anything. Depression, suicide, all of it. And so our genocide never stopped. That's what people need to know. And we're still here giving. We're still here loving. We're still here lifting up. We're still here sharing. And this world needs to learn how to do that and help Indigenous people. Indigenous people make up 12% of the human population of Mother Earth. And yet we protect 87% of global biodiversity, which means the air that comes into all of our lungs in this room is at the cost of our lives of Indigenous people, especially in Mesoamerica, as they're rounding up brown people, Indigenous people, and abusing them and disappearing them right here in this country once again, like we saw. Most of us are gone. Most of us brown Indigenous people of these lands are no longer here. When do you see Indigenous people? I never hardly ever do. So they almost did eradicate us, and now they're doing it again, and we need to figure out a way to stop that, right? And have respect for people, and not just go, oh, look, like, oh, maybe they are. I don't believe that they're immigrants. I believe those are, the eagle and the condor has always been here, and it's a prophecy that when our people come together, we will be the healing of this world. We will be the beginning of the healing of this world. And so I just wanted to say that. And if you can find a way to support Indigenous people, like consider, take a look at land back. Land back doesn't mean kicking non-Indigenous people off our land. It just means our people getting back to the land and having presence on it and healing the land. And then it heals our bodies, and other people see that, and they become part of the healing, is what it means. So, yeah, our tribe received 2 pieces of land so far, and it's amazing in Wasanich. A non-Indigenous land trust came together and bought a culturally significant island of one of our many, many islands that were all taken except for little postage stamps they gave us. They gave us only our winter village sites on a peninsula there where they put Sydney, BC, near Victoria, so-called Victoria, BC. So we were basically landless because we've consumed all the little postage stamp dots they gave us. We don't have any place for the children to have a place to live. And, that's real common. We did mark a treaty only for peace. Every tribe in so-called British Columbia is unceded and unsurrendered. That's what we need to know. And that it's 1492 for each and every tribe there. They're being raided, invaded, and colonized. And they never put an X on a treaty. So even in the government, they'll go into court and say, bring in your elders, this is our territory, this is our laws, our natural laws. And the court in BC will say, okay, you have the right, you're sovereign, you have the right to govern your own land. There you go. On the other hand, they write a treaty for the Trans Mountain Pipeline to bring nearly 1 million barrels of oil across your tribe's land and then put it on monster tankers and drive it through our islands. That's why we did that prayer walk, because they want to put 850,000 barrels of highest carbon oil in the world onto monster tankers and drive it right through our islands. So that's what this shirt's about right here. No tar sands oil. Protect the Sailor Sea. I designed that shirt there. And so yeah, we're fighting with love in our hearts for our very existence, our land, our water, and to keep things well. And if you can find a way to support Indigenous people, we in this prayer walk we're still behind. If you want to take a photo of the QR code, well, it'll only send you to our event page on Facebook, but then if you scroll down, you'll see the GoFundMe in the description. So, yeah, we're still behind, like, I don't know, $1,500 or something out of my own pocket to give honorarium, to give blankets, to honor people, to do all the things that we needed to do, buy all the food, $1,400 worth of food we bought, and other things, and to have these little blankets with holes in the arms, that's what I called them. We would blanket each person like that, because it's wrapping the family, it's love around somebody when you put a blanket on somebody like that. That's what it means. So if you're ever blanketed by an Indigenous family, it means that you're being wrapped with the love of the family. The family's wrapping you with the love of their family, like that. So I'm so thankful that we could be here today. We could talk about a few things, and I'll leave you with one flute song here. And our people have been on these lands since the beginning of time. We never came from anywhere. Current science knows that's true, and we've always said it. Yet the anthropology that made up a story that we all crossed some land bridge, and they will only refer to us as Asians from Asia in a point of violent erasure that, nobody was really here ever. You guys are immigrants too, so we're just new immigrants. It's no big deal. Look the other way. That's not true. We've got evidence of 30,000 years and fossilized footprints in California, 23,000 years. Mastodon bones hewn by stones, 30,000 years, the carbon dating of those bones. And nothing breaks mastodon bones. The hew marks are under the rocks, the boulders right next to those bones. And so, yeah, we've been here since the beginning of time, lifting up every being. And so please do what you can to help our people, and we'll move forward together. And we'll continue to learn how to love, how to restore the indigenousness within ourselves, and return to a holistic well state, and then create a holistically well world, and love every being. Bring back the ancient forests, bring back the salmon, bring back the rivers. Open them up. Many of them were shoved underground. Take the dams down. Return to a natural state, a state where everything's doable. With the technologies we have, we could completely restore our Mother Earth, and people can still make money. We don't have to give everything up. We can do it all. I know it's true. So Heiska, thank you for listening to a few of my words and allowing me this time. I'll leave you with one flute song. It's a cute flute here. It's a little reed flute, and the song is just about the Alpine Meadows and those little birds. If you ever make it up to the Alpine Meadows, it's really beautiful, the lakes and everything. Thank each and all. Much love to each and all in your families. May all of your families be blessed and you be blessed on this day. And may we bring our hearts together and create a beautiful world for the children and the unborn like that. I'll leave you with one last teaching my mom said. She said, it's not easy to be an elder. She said, it's not easy. You get up every morning before the sun comes up and you pray. She says, you pray for your family. You pray for all of your friends, she says. And then you even pray for the unborn, the ones that have not arrived here yet, she says. You pray that when they come here and they arrive here on earth, that there will be a good vibration from every single person that they meet. There'll be a good vibration for that new spirit, that new person that comes here to earth like that. So that's the elder's role that she learned. That's our job as we get older. I know we've been prayed into this world for tens of thousands of years, so let's keep that moving forward, family. Thank you, friends and family. Much love to you, each and all. Love each and all. Haiska, thank you.
So let's have our greeters come forward. Just breathe that in for a second. As you said, this is not to be forgotten. It's to be remembered. Reconnect, remember. This is all of us. And Chiyokten, thank you so much for the gift of sacrifice that you've given with your life to make us remember. So we say our blessing in our hands. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. With infinite gratitude, so it is.
Oh, cedar tree, clap your hands and dance with me. Way away, way away, way away, way away, way away, way away, way away. Oh, cedar tree, clap your hands and sing with me. Way away, way away, way away, way away, way away, way away, way away. Oh, cedar tree, clap your hands and pray with me. Way away, way away, way away, way away, way away, way away. Oh, cedar tree, clap your hands and heal me. Way away, way away, way away, way away, way away, way away, way away.
Gratitude. Gratitude, Chiyokten. Gratitude. Yoska. Thank you. Blessings.
We are so blessed. This wonderful message that all are in this flow together. All raising hands, all those cedar limbs reaching up in thanksgiving and in prayer. Haiska. Iska. And in this knowingness, in this connection to all that is, I am really grateful to have experienced these songs, these stories, this heart connection that Chiyokten has provided for us today. The music lifting my heart, the laughter, and pushing that well. Raising our fins, because that's what community does, lifting each other. And in gratitude, I say yes to all of that. And Spirit says yes. And I release that into that divine mind, into that love and law that is always working for us, always. For our benefit, for our upliftment. It never fails. And I release that, and so it is.
All right. So we're going to close with a grandmother's chant. And I know Snoquet, her name was Snoquet. And Ada Williams, she married into the Swinomish from our Wasanich. And at the shores of the water there, she received this chant and these words from the salmon tails flipping in the water, and from the spirit of the waves there at the shoreline. And it's sung in this Samish language here. And you'll get it. Just go ahead and join in. Ni stiwin kaust kau ni nele kaust kau ni sasiwes kaust kau stawilentis kaust kau ni stiwin kaust kau ni nele kaust kau ni sasiwes kaust kau stawilentis kaust kau ni stiwin kaust kau ni nele kaust kau ni sasiwes tills, kills, wills, kos. You can wash water over your body if you want to cleanse yourself. At the end of a circle or a gathering, we would drink water and say kos or hakwa. You can ceremoniously wash it over yourself too if you don't have any water, and just say the word kos. Kos. We'll wash ourselves that way. At the end of the song it says that. So in this chant, it sings ni sti win, kaus cow. So sti win is the prayer, and it says the prayer that we are. And then ni nele, kaus cow, the love that we are. Ni sasiwis, kaus cow, the sacred breath of Mother Earth, the sacred life of Mother Earth. We are. All of us working together. Stavalentis kaus cow. And so what was said by our grandmother, it's not just what I said, but it also says we are while we are becoming the prayer. So in the duality of this world, that we are living in a spiritual world with this physical body and this spiritual being as well, we would know that we are while we're becoming the prayer. We are while we are becoming the love. We are while we are becoming the sacred breath of life and the sacred breath of our sacred Mother Earth. All of us working together. Heiska, thank you for joining in. We'll see you all again. We have no goodbyes, no word for tries. See you later.
Thank you, Chiyokten. Be warriors, as Chiyokten told us, which doesn't mean we fight. It means we stand and be the voice for the trees, the earth, and our indigenous peoples.
Awesome.
Blessings and joy. Thank you.
And we have these right here if you want to take a photo of it, or you can grab one. We only have a few. But if you scroll down from the QR, it'll lead you to a GoFundMe, and you could help us complete the prayer walk, and you could be in step with us if you want to contribute. Heiska, thank you.